Hello, everybody. Okay, so I did my theater report on Lexington Children's Theater. So let me see if I can share this screen real quick. Cool. Okay, so I did my report on Lexington Children's, which is obviously in Lexington. So their mission statement is Lexington Children's Theater creates imaginative and compelling theater experiences for young people and families. They also have this list of belief statements under their mission statement. Um, and it's probably 10 or 11 just bullet points that have these kind of buzzwords in them. And the top one is that they believe in the transformational power of theater arts. And I thought it was a really cool way to arrange those, that they would all be in like bullet points with like the things that they most respect about themselves. So the theater was founded in 1938, and it's a professional theater. So they employ a ton of professional artists, and it's a nonprofit theater as well. The artistic director is Vivian Snipes, and the producing director is Larry Snipes. There's also a board of directors, which is not uncommon for a theater, but I thought it was really neat that they listed the entire board of directors on their webpage. So that was really, really cool, so that you can like contact all of them and see all their like specifications, which is really neat. So then I have some pictures of things that they've done in the past. And some things that you'll notice is, because obviously it's children's theater, it's really vibrant and bright and exciting. And I really like the texture of this on tour picture over here. And the Cat in the Hat is actually in their current season, and they're doing a streaming version of it because quarantine. And then another thing that was really cool is that their season history is in this web page, if it'll pull up. Yeah, so it's cool that they have taken the time, like since 1939, to list all of the productions that they had done. Obviously, these are more filled out because there's more records. But all the way back here, they had like Appleseed, Invisible Dragon, Sleeping Beauty, Mother Hicks they did over here, Charlotte's Web. I just thought it was cool that they took the time to track their seasons, which a lot of places don't do. And then you can go on their website and find their current season. But yeah, so these are some of the images that I found to represent Lexington Children's. They look like a fun place to work. Okay, cool. So why Lexington Children's Theater? And what is it that inspired me from Lexington Children's to do this project? Their belief statement, which I have mentioned before, includes things like the transformational power of theater, intellectual and cultural enrichment of young people. I thought that those first two were really exciting language, and language that you don't always see in children's theater. And I think that children's theater is such a respectable and important form of theater that it was nice to see that they took themselves just as seriously as I would like sending my child to a place like this. They look to stimulate change, and they're community minded. I like that there was an outreach respect to their mission, and not just making money or not just employing actors, but they seem really community minded, and they seem to want to do some outreach to make things better. They work for integrity and respect and advocacy. And this is not even all of their buzzwords in those belief statements. It's just some like really exciting ones that I pulled out. If you have a second, I would say go to their belief statement list, because it's belief statements that every theater and every just person should have, not even just a children's theater. And I thought it was just so lovely that they took the time to really think about what they wanted to inspire in children. Another really cool thing is that they provide theater experiences to 130,000 children annually. And their numbers are mostly Kentucky, because they do touring and stuff too. But that is just like a ridiculous amount of kids to like touch their lives within a year. And I thought that was amazing. see. It's not going. Okay, there we go. The impact that they make in the theater industry as a whole, um, on just kind of a basic level, they employ around 60 theater artists, which for a rather like small regional company is pretty impressive. And they have anywhere from like interns in a bunch of different specific areas to like developmental directors and educational interns and outreach employees and touring employees. And so it's just a really cool broad spectrum of employment that's available. They focus really heavily on theater education. So they have education specialists and like teaching artists that go out into schools and provide not only education in theater, but also in like a ton of different curriculums. Um, and its main function, Lexington Children's main function, is a professional theater like for younger people, but they also have a theater school that's attached where like adolescents and children can take classes, and they can take dance classes or musical theater classes or acting classes. And that's just a really unique way to get the community around them involved, and not just like as a performance perspective, but they get to be a part of it. They also do touring, so they take shows on the road all the time. And then they do a ton of outreach education. So like they go into places that wouldn't typically have access to a ton of theater. And that is how they bring in folks to come see their shows too, is that they send people out into the field to work with children. Those are the two sources I used. I did use most of my, I got most of my research from Lexington Children's, but there's this cool article about them on that too. So yeah, let me see if I can stop sharing. Yes, I did. Great. So if anybody has any questions, I really kind of fell in love with Lexington Children's after this project. Feel free to ask, and I will see you in class. Goodbye.